In this video, I'm going to be talking about 9 topics I talk about with women on dates, okay? Now, before we get straight into the video, I just want to say, guys, on a first date with a woman, please never talk about gender, religion, or politics, okay? Because if you talk about those topics, right, it's gonna end up turning into a debate more than a romantic setting, okay? And that's gonna really ruin your chances of going far with the woman, okay? So try to avoid gender, religion, or politics on a first date, okay? Now, I have 9 topics here that I talk about with women on dates, and I think, no, hold on, fuck that. I know you guys will find them useful, right? And if you don't find them useful, then hey, at least you heard another man's perspective on what to talk about, okay? So, we're gonna get straight into it. Now, topic number 1 I have here. What are 3 bad things about yourself? I love to ask girls this on a first date, okay? Because this gives me a perspective on their personality. It kind of reveals, their answers anyways, reveal a little bit about any potential bad traits they have. Now, why is this so good? This is so good, guys, because when they reveal their answers to this question, right, you get potential bad traits they can have. And what this does for you is that you know what to look out for in the future. Potentially, potentially. You know what to look out for, and you won't be surprised when it happens, okay? So for example, if I ask a girl, hey, what are 3 bad things about yourself? And she says, oh, well, one of them is, I tend to have attitude and well, from that, I know that, okay, this girl, right, she has a mouth on her, right? I need to watch out for that. And, God forbid, but if she ever tries, getting rude and, insulting or shouting or swearing, then it's like, I'm not going to be surprised, because it's like, you told me that on the first date from my question without you even realizing. That's what I love about this question. They don't even realize that they are giving me the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like to ask, what are 3 bad things about yourself, right? And that has worked in my favor a lot. So yeah, that's question number 1. Well, topic number 1. What are 3 bad things about yourself? The second topic I like to ask women on a date is, what are your close family and friends like? Okay? What are your close family and friends like? And the reason why I like to ask this is because your surroundings contribute to who you are as a person, right? Your surroundings, your circle, they contribute to who you are as a person. So, if she's telling me about her family and friends, guys, and they are, let's say, kind of horrible or bummy or unambitious or reckless, anything like that, then I'm not really going to be surprised if she has some of those qualities. Well, traits instead of qualities, okay? Because you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around with. So if she hangs around with close family or close friends a lot, right, and she's telling me they are either good people or bad people, right, in a brief summary, then I'm gonna see that within her a little bit, I can't even tell you the amount of times, I've been talking to a girl or dealing with a girl, and the typical one is her friends are hoes. They're all hoes. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, birds of a feather flock together, right? So if she has 5 close friends and they're all hoes, I'm not going to be surprised if she now has hoe traits, okay? women reveal a lot about themselves if you let them just talk and talk and talk. They really do, okay? So you need to be able to be a good listener. You need to get a feel of what her family and friends are like, okay? Because especially if you actually think there's a chance you can take a girl serious, the family one comes into play really strong because you don't want to settle down with a girl who has a poor family or a family that just doesn't try, okay? They may not be poor, but they may just not try, okay? They may be unambitious. And you don't want to mix with that. What's that gonna do for you? Imagine if you have kids, yeah, down the line, down the years, and her family are a bunch of bums. You're not gonna want your kid to hang around them because they're all bums. You don't want to be the only ambitious one in the family. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of energy. And yeah, you're going to be carrying everyone when you don't need to. So, topic number 2, what are your close family and friends like? Okay, now let's get into topic number 3, guys. I like to ask them, if you could travel back in time, where would you go and why? Right? And the reason I like to ask girls this question is because it gives me a feel of their interests, right? So typically, and it depends on the girl as well. I think race comes into play with this question because when I ask black girls, for example, if you could travel back in time, where would you go? A lot of black girls will talk about going back in time to slavery, okay? Or going back in time to Africa before slavery. And what that shows me is they are interested about things like history, right? So this question will really show you what they could be passionate about, right? And it gives you a feel of that and it gives you something to talk about, right? And as well as this is kind of a fun question. This is a very fun question and you can play the game here, right? If you ask a girl, hey, if you can travel back in time, where would you go? And she gives you a few places, right? You can just play the game and act like one or all of those answers are yours as well. And what that will do is that will spark more conversation, okay? And she's gonna be thinking, wow, we have the same interests. Like, oh my goodness. And after the date, when she tells her friends about the date, because that's what all chicks do, right? When she tells her friends about the date, she's gonna say, yeah, you know, we had so many things in common, blah, 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 blah. And you're gonna be living in her head rent-free even more. So yes, if you could travel back in time, where would you go? That's topic number 3. And by the way, these aren't in any order, right? It's just a list I created for you guys. So topic number 4, right? What were you like in school? This is a very good one, okay? This gives you, right, knowledge about her school experiences, and it also gives you a feel of what she has always been like, okay? Because it don't matter how far you go in life, it don't matter how successful you become, it doesn't matter how old you get, right? You will always have traits from when you were young. You will always carry those kind of traits. Maybe not all of them, but some of them, right? So for example, you ask a girl, hey, what were you like in school, right? And she says something like she used to chat a lot, she used to talk a lot, and people would get annoyed. Then, hey, if she's like that now, don't be surprised. You have the answer right there from her, right? So you want to know these kind of things because it's not just for the vibes, but you're actually getting a feel of what she's like as a person, what kind of traits she has with her personality. And hey, in the end, you can decide if you want to be around that or if you don't and you just want something else, right? So, what were you like in school gives you a feel of her school experiences, okay? Now, that's topic number 4. Let's get into topic number 5. Topic number 5 is what are or what have been some of your worst dates, okay? This is a fun question, okay? This is a fun question, but it's also a research question, and I'll tell you why, right? First of all, it's just good and it's kind of fun and interesting to hear about what dates went wrong for a girl. It's just fun, okay? And on top of that, it's a research question, and that's because she's gonna tell you things she didn't like about previous dates with previous guys. And why that's a research question is because whatever she didn't like about the date and the guy previously, you don't do, okay? So, for example, she could have gone on a previous date with a guy and she perhaps said, hey, this was our first date. We went to the cinema. Or we went to, we went out for a picnic, but the weather was crap. Okay? Now you know not to do that shit. Okay? Now, this question, you don't even have to ask on a first date. You could be asking this before you even go on a date, right? You know now, don't do that shit, okay? And when she's telling you about bad dates, right? You will know places that she's been to. So she could be telling you about restaurants she's been to, right? That had a bad negative experience with a previous guy. First of all, you'll know now not to go to that place. You want to take girls to new places because you want to give them new experiences. If you take a girl to a place where she's already been with someone previously, right? Let me tell you something, guys. The whole time, she's going to be thinking about the first time she went to that place, and she's going to be comparing the two experiences. Let me give an example. Let's say you take a girl to KFC. Now, don't do that, okay? This is just an example, please. Let's say you take a girl to KFC and you know she's been there previously with another guy on a date. Bro, the whole time she's going to be comparing what food you bought, and she's going to be comparing the vibe of the date. And then, yeah, it's just the whole time she's thinking about another guy, right? She's not fully focused and locked in to this new experience with you because you brought her to the same place. So asking questions about bad dates, right, that she's potentially been on will give you knowledge on where not to go and what not to do. That's why it's such a good question. For me personally, anyways, it always works for me. Hey, you can try it and see if it works for you. So, topic number 6, we have, where would you want to travel? Now, this will tell you about her dream travel destinations. And on top of that, it can also tell you knowledge about where she hasn't been yet, right? And you can remember that, write that down, or whatever you want to do. And if you go far with a girl, you can go to those locations. And if you go to those locations, she will know that you remembered this stuff. And that gives you bonus points, right? Because it's like, wow, he remembered where I haven't been, and we're now going here, or we've gone here. Like, this guy, he knows his stuff. He's a pattern guy, yeah? He doesn't mess about. He's serious. She's going to like you more. She's going to see you more as a leader and more of an authority because you remembered and took action with these simple things. So, yes, where would you want to travel? We'll tell you her dream travel destinations, and you can use that to your advantage if you're taking her seriously and you go far, okay? Now, That's topic number 6. We have 3 more. But before we get into this, please, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel. We're here to grow. I'm here to provide value to you guys and help you guys in the best way that I can, okay? So, topic number 7. What advice would you give to your younger self, your 12-year-old self, okay? And the reason why I like to ask this question is because, right, that can potentially tell you some regrets that she has. Let's say, right, what can we say as an example? What can we say? Okay, let's say, right, you ask this question. What advice would you give to your 12, 13-year-old self, right? And she says, well, I would advise myself not to suck dick, right? That's the first thing that came into mind. I don't know. Let's just run with it. So, let's say she says that, right? You know from that question that she did some whole shit at a really young age, and it also tells you that she regrets that shit, okay? And now you know 2 pieces of information, and you can see a lot of her traits now from that information from when she was young. So it all kind of relates, okay? Obviously, there's way more things a woman can tell you, but yeah, what advice would you give to your 12-year-old self? I mean, there could be other things like don't get into fights, maybe to have a better relationship with her parents, something, right? So these things will kind of give you knowledge about what she potentially regrets. I mean, you could say, what advice would you give to your 16-year-old self, right? This might not even be on a date. This might be before. And she might tell you, oh yeah, I wish I didn't get pregnant and have an abortion. And you'd be like, in your head, you'll be like, what the fuck? But then like, oh shit, she was doing that shit from a young age. Well, damn, kind of what she's like. Those are whole tendencies. So, yeah, what advice would you give to your 12-year-old self, your 13-year-old self? It's a good question to ask. You find out more about their past, right? So that's topic number 7. Now we're going to get into topic number 8, okay? This is not really a question, but what you can do on the date is you can analyze other couples around where you are and you can just talk about them, right? And what that does is, that just makes the date more fun and playful, You want to avoid, as I've said, gender, religion, politics. You want to avoid too many questions about her. And you want to avoid just being boring. You can be anything with a woman, guys, but don't be boring. Please, don't be boring. Don't, ever. The moment you're boring, she's going to look elsewhere, okay? Don't be boring, right? You can be stupid, but don't be boring. You can be silly, don't be boring, right? So, yeah, observe other couples around wherever you are, and it just prevents it from just being like some interview kind of vibe, okay? So, that's topic number 8. Now we're going to get into topic number 9, guys. Topic number 9 is, what's it been like dating guys from whatever city you are in? So for example, what has it been like dating guys from London? What has it been like dating guys from Miami? What has it been like dating guys from Dubai, right? When you ask this question, she's going to tell you, right, whether it's been good or bad, and then she's going to probably tell you why. And again, you can use those to your advantage, because if she tells you bad things, then just remember or make a list to yourself of what not to say and do, okay? Because if you do that, what that does is that makes you stand out from those guys, right? The guys she's actually dealt with, okay? And if you stand out from the guys she's dealt with, that makes you what? Different. And if you're different, what does that do? That gains, you gain her attention, and and she's just not going to be able to take her mind off you that easily, okay? So these are the 9 topics I talk about with women on dates. They have all been successful over a period of years. That's why I thought, hey, let me come on here and share them. So let's have a quick recap, right? Topic number 1, what are 3 bad things about yourself? Topic number 2, what are your close family and friends like? Topic number 3, if you could travel back in time, where would you go? Topic number 4, what were you like in school? Topic number 5, what's your worst date horror story? Topic number 6, where would you want to travel? Topic number 7, what advice would you give to your younger self? Topic number 8, observing other couples. And topic number 9, what has it been like dating guys from this city, ABC, right? Those are the 9 topics I talk about with women on dates that have worked for me successfully. Now, let's summarize what the purpose of all of them are for. The purpose of these topics are to make the date fun, to make the date engaging, to find out about her past, and to find out about her personality and traits as an individual, and also to help you with the knowledge about her that you get from these questions, so then you know what to say and do going forward. You know from this how to stand out from other guys and how to live in her mind rent-free. Okay? Guys, those are the 9 topics for today. I hope you enjoyed those, right? And yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel. And that's all for today. I'm gone. Peace.